make that Chris Barron's line is out. Line.
Oh boy, what a play that was right from the beginning of this game. And the Hermantown Hawks coming out. We talk about playing with emotion. You talk about playing with emotion. You watch right here. When you get the puck, you want to move forward with it as quickly as possible. That's what Francisco does right here. He moves in, cuts to his left, but they're calling it offside here. Now you can see his teammate there may have lifted the skate up. He questioned the call, but that's the call anyway. But
I'm okay with that one.
Yep.
It was close. It played back behind the net by Jesse Stokey for the Golden Bears. And to the blue line, a long blast by the defenseman Steve Denny wide of the target. Now Nick Dolans keeps it in, shoots it behind the net. This is Pat Andrews, and he's sandwiched in between a couple of players. Hard forecheck thrown in on Jason Allen, but he ducks the check, plays the puck to center, and gets it ahead to Stokey. Whoa, Stokey ran into a real stiff upper body check from Steve Denny. Now the Hawks trying to gain control. Dolinsek playing it ahead. It's raced to center ice by Hermantown's Jesse Carlson, who got it in over the line, but no further.
Nice defensive play by Corpor. He played the man, allowed his teammate to pick up the loose puck.
Now back into Eveleth territory. Casey Rice behind the net, plays it up on the near side. It's flipped to center. A possible 2-on-1, but a nice defensive play by J.R. Bradley to break up the rush. Brought back in by Kyle Hawley. It's center right back for Hawley. And a diving play by Opal to knock it off his stick. Here's Rice trying to shoot. That fails to work. Casey Rice came in with a nice offensive opportunity. A loose puck in the slot, but good coverage by Bradley again. And that allows Jeff Skur to scoot it to center. Skur in over the line. Watched in the corner by Rice. Goes behind the net. And now a quick centering pass is broken up by Steve Denny. And played right back behind the net. And finally controlled by Troutwine. Quick centering pass, and it's tipped away by Kyle Hawley. Bradley keeps it alive for the Hawks. And a centering pass comes through everyone. Played by John McGovern, or at least he tries to, before he was outnumbered 2-1 in the corner. And now it'll be Kyle Hawley to haul it out to center ice. And Denny grabs the loose puck and dumps it in. The Bears making a change on the fly. We played 2.5 minutes of the first period of this championship game. No icing here, and the Bears back behind the net with a forecheck pressure being applied by Francisco. Now it's taken away by Andrews on the near rail. Pat Andrews trying to battle free. John Francisco comes in there as well. And in the corner, it's Chad Studier, who is outnumbered and holding down the whole fort himself, I think. Here's Studier with the puck again. Lost it as he was checked. Francisco to Andrews. That failed to click. And the Bears reaching, trying to get it out at center. Finally, Nick Casalter got it in, but it's 3-on-1 the other way. Centering pass for Francisco. A shot to goal. They took advantage of one of those gray zone turnovers right at the blue line and came flying in 3-on-1. And Hermantown has the first goal of the game.
Well, their captain, Nick Dolans, is the guy who's going to bring the puck into the zone and control it. He'll make the pass across to John Francisco. Francisco goes to the center portion of the ice. Better shooting position from there. Didn't try to come in behind. They came together. And what happens here, Frank, so often, one player will be hollering to another. You can see right now, Dolans with the puck coming across, gets into the center ice area from about 20 feet out. He just lets a clean shot into the lower part of that net, and that's a big goal for this team right now. That first goal is also important. It coming at 3:04 of the first period.
Goal number 28 this year for Francisco, his second goal of the tournament. And the Hermantown with a 1-0 lead, and it's back to the Bears line. Played ahead by Rice. Now Dolans with the interception, moving it in. He's got a man in front shooting it. And the save made by Samardzija. Now a long shot from the blue line, deflected in front. Tip in was attempted by Andy Corrin. Corrin in the corner leaves it back. And in to get the puck is Chris Barron. He rolls it across the front of the goal mouth. Chris Barron, Jesse Stokey, Andy Corrin, this forward line, applying all the pressure now for Hermantown. And the puck shot all the way down the rink by the Bears. An icing call. And we'll take a break early in the first period of the championship game. On the Old Dutch scoreboard, it's 1-0 Hermantown.
Menards has hundreds of lights and ceiling fans on sale now. This wall light from Diamond F is only $39.27. Or choose this beautiful halogen pendant light, only $75.75. Corrington Berber from Philadelphia is great for family rooms and other high-traffic areas. In 4 colors, only 77 cents a square foot. Get an additional 10% off when you use your Menard Big Car.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, we are early in this first period, 11:07 remaining in it. And the only goal of this game scored so far by the junior centerman, John Francisco, his 28th goal of the season.
Right on the doorstep, Samardzija has to make another big save. The Hawks won the faceoff and headed right to the net. Here's Denny. A pass to center ice, finds the target, and Nick Leone has to tip it in. The goaltender Opel plays it ahead, and that generates the offense in a hurry. Andy Corrin bringing it in. Corrin moves to the slot. A couple of players go down, including Studier for the Bears. And at the blue line is controlled by B.J. Knapp for the moment, but then cleared away, and back to get it is Reed Malvik.
Frank, Hermantown has had no problem coming out of their own zone. We haven't had a lot of play down there, but right now, Eveleth-Gilbert really has to got to forecheck a little bit harder than they are. They got to get those two guys in there, but they've got to come up with that puck also.
The strengths of the two squads out here today, Hermantown would be the bigger, a little more physical. But both coaches agree that Eveleth might be a little bit quicker, a lot quicker, as a matter of fact.
Well, they're supposed to be, but I'm not seeing that right now. What I'm seeing is Hermantown has come up with, I think we talked about the emotion before the game, and I'm seeing a little bit more from their squad right now than I'm seeing from Eveleth.
Near interception by Zach Graves, and it's back to Bradley at center. Bradley plays it ahead into the midst of a line change, and from center ice, it's dumped in by Kasalter. Now to go after it is Tony Dolinsek. Tipped out to center ice a little bit too far, and grabbed now by Phil Perpich, who brings it or shoots it in. And back behind the net, the Bears gain control, unable to deliver it in the slot. There's 3 blue jerseys down there in a hurry. They're outnumbered 3-1 and still got good coverage in front of the net too. And the puck comes free. Skur tried to get it ahead, got it as far as center, and then it's dumped right back in by Casey Rice, the big sophomore defenseman. From center, a long shot turned away by Opel. Knapp was the shooter. Here's Francisco's line out again. Andrews behind the net, and they wrap it around trying to find Dolans. He ducks a hard check, and Rice has it behind his own net. Works it up on the far side. Now a pass here intercepted and brought in offside by Francisco. 8 minutes and 52 seconds to go on the Old Dutch scoreboard in a 1-0 game.
After they earn their degrees, each Great Clips stylist gets a postgraduate education where they learn how to be attentive to customer needs.
They really listen to me.
In training, they learn to repeat back what customers tell them so everyone is on track.
They know where I'm coming from.
Their training teaches them that the haircut the customer receives should exactly match the haircut the customer requests.
They give me just what I asked for.
That's the long and short of a great haircut. At Great Clips, guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
1-0 Hermantown, 8:52 to go in period number 1. 3 shots on goal for the Hawks, 1 thus far on goal for the Bears.
Hermantown has done a nice job here early on, Frank. When they've dumped the puck into the opposite zone, they've had their players being the first man in there to get to that puck.
Here's Francisco to Andrews, and it rolled off his stick. Andrews taken to the corner by number 11, Dan Heitzman. And back to Bradley for a hard low shot. Rebound to Dolans. And I think Samardzija may have come up and batted that one away with his glove. Francisco bringing it back in. Drop pass at the line. Andrews back for Francisco, but easily intercepted by Andy Sacchetti. And now the Bears will regroup with Jeff Dolinsek starting to move it ahead. Jeff, the senior and the alternate captain of the two brothers, he and Tony. They flip it in. Here's Jesse Stokey. Out to center and a little bit too far for Chris Barron. Now here's the rush laid in over the line by Chad Studier. And the defenseman dumps it in. He'll go back to the point. And a loose puck in the corner. And the Hawks grab it. Out to the near side, Stokey. They converge on him in a hurry. Now an errant pass picked off at center ice by Leone. He lost it in turn to Stokey. Stokey bringing it into the zone. And a nice play by Dan Heitzman to knock the puck free.
Nice play. He had the stick tucked in a little bit, and at the last second just reached out with it to poke check the puck away.
Studier trying to get out of the zone. He does. Paid the price. Took a check. And then the pass thrown by Denny, or rather by Steve Denny, completely wide of the target. And out of the scrap, who's going to have it? To center, Tim Rust. They're all over him, but he gets it in the zone. Played around by Troy Corpy. And up on the far side, Nick Leone again drops it back behind the net. They roll it up on the near side. Still not out of the zone. Rust jams away at it, but it was forced to center by Leone again and dumped right back in by Jason Allen. First man to the puck, Casey Rice. Rice plays it up off the near rail. That pass was intended for Casalter. Failed to click. And back out at center, an interception by Corpy, who brings it in. He ran into a crowd and lost the puck. The Hawks clear it back, and it'll be picked up by Casey Rice. Rice ahead to Casalter. And Nick Casalter ran right into Bradley. And there are a few people this weekend getting around Bradley. Now to Dolans at center. He brings it in. Nice sidestep to gain control. Drops it to Francisco. Fans on it. And it is dropped off by Corpy and behind the net to Casey. Intercepted by Andrews. And then another battle along the rail here. Long shot turned away by Samardzija. And played out of the zone by Corpy. Into Hermantown territory. Back to get it Whitwer, the defenseman. He was pressured by Steve Troutwine. Here's the Hermantown player Skur playing it into the zone. The Bears throw it away to center. Francisco in over the line. It's brought in by Skur, make that by Andy Corrin. And then that rush, it was broken up nicely. From center, dumped in again by Whitwer. And play a little more even here in this middle 5 minutes of the first period. Hermantown had a goal at 3 minutes and 4 seconds of period one. The only goal of the game. A pitched battle along the rail again. And apparently an offside or a stoppage will take a break. Hermantown 1, Eveleth-Gilbert nothing on the Old Dutch scoreboard.
These Restaurante chips are big time. You need to sponsor a team. Now the question
At Old Dutch, we usually avoid the limelight, but we needed to find a team as exciting as our new Restaurante chips.
The Old Dutch martial arts team.
The only problem is finding worthy competitors. Well, when it comes to great taste, there's just no competition. Old Dutch Restaurante. You can't be shy with chips this good. That's our new slogan.
Good save here. You'll see by the netminder, Peter Samardzija, right now as a shot comes from the point. Bradley takes a shot. Watch his left blocker right here. Shot coming in, and all of a sudden he sees it. But look how he's able to see it. There's nobody standing in front of him. Nice reaction on the part of the goaltender. What we've seen here, Frank, is not a lot of shots on the part of Eveleth-Gilbert. They've had just one on net at this point in the game. Hermantown has had a total of 5, and just 5:17 to go in this first period. You've got to get to the net and get some shots if you're going to win hockey games.
Hawley, Steve Denny, and Nick Leone are out for the Bears, and they're going to have to face this one off all over again because of the offside there.
I give the edge to Hermantown in this first period just in the overall play. We've had a lot of play between the blue lines, but the majority of the good shots obviously have come from the Hawks.
Now a takeaway here brought in by Hawley on his backhand. Opel makes the save. Hawley had a tough time controlling that bouncing puck. It's back to the line for a blast. And Opel makes the save on Dan Heitzman. Now Denny in the corner, and he's jammed up. And finally, it's forced ahead by Malvik. And a 3-on-2 Hermantown rush. They'll have to reach for the puck, however, as the pass from Stokey didn't have enough juice on it. Another pass, this time by Barron. That was broken up. And from center, it's sent down the rink by Hermantown. Not far enough for the icing, but good enough to get the Bears to turn it around in a hurry. This is Denny bringing it in. Hangs onto it with a good move. Whoop, turns. And was hoping for someone at the point. And finally, Studier is there to catch up with it. Studier kept it in. And the battle on the rail continues with Hawley working it around on the far side. It's Graves to get it out of the zone. Studier to pick it up.
2 good shots by Eveleth-Gilbert. The reason for that is because they were skating better in the last minute or so of this period.
Now a quick turnaround shot taken by John McGovern wide of the target. Here's Bradley shooting it. That's off a skate. It's behind the net. A centering attempt. This is Chris Barron battling for it. And he was jammed up to the far rail, and it's back out at center. Now Bradley avoids a swipe. Great control. Backing up, he maintained control. Now takes a hack as he brings it in. Bradley's still down. He'll get up okay. And then it's flipped out to center and into Hermantown territory. Bradley took one across the left arm, and he is still favoring that left arm there at the bottom of the screen. Now the puck back behind the net. Puck jumps up, hits the high glass, stays in play. And they get it ahead to Nick Dolans. Dolans has Andrews breaking, but 3 guys in between the two prevents a long cross-ring pass. And so Samardzija will leave it behind the net. Now it's played right back around by Jeff Dolinsek. And up for Corpy. Jeff Dolinsek has it again. Throws it out to center ice. That pass was intended for Phil Perpich, but it didn't connect. Now Perpich backhands it in. And Corpy goes Knapp goes cross rink. And it's flipped back to the blue line. Here's Troy Corpy to control it. He'll throw it in. Knapp after the puck. And Jeff Dolinsek goes in after him. Andrews gets a piece of it to get it out of the zone. Got a lot of turnovers here. Andrews carrying it in. Not too many guys are getting open for passes here, either side. Checking the side. These are, which to me is an indication of good disciplined play. Far side of the rink, Leone. And there is Steve Denny to shoot it in deeper. Hawks control. Andy Corrin. Corrin's picked up 2 points in the tournament so far. He sends one across to the far side for Barron, who shoots it in. And now the Bears will try to rush it ahead. Denny's pass. That one's picked off by Bradley. And it's loose on the far side to Tony Dolinsek. Here's a centering pass that was intended for Chad Studier. It didn't work. Studier battles back to keep it in the zone. Here's Dolinsek waiting, centering, and the shot tipped just wide. Leone had a whole net to tip it in and pushed it wide of the target. Studier at center, jams forward again, and nearly picked off, but Whitwer missed it. The Bears try to rush back in. That fails to click, and back to get it is the defenseman Whitwer in front of his own net. He maintains control. Will try to reach out after it, but he was held up on the play. Good defensive work by Nick Casalter.
Well, we've seen the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears pick up their pace considerably here right now, Frank. As you mentioned, good opportunity by Leone in the far side, but could not connect with that perfect pass across from Jeff Dolinsek, who had an opportunity to shoot the puck, but saw his partner on the far side. But right now, they've got to pick up a little bit more, get some shots on this goaltender.
A minute left in the period, reaching for the puck. Damer. And that puck's still loose. He nearly had another chance at it. Now it'll be picked up by Knapp, shooting. That one was broken up in front of the net. The Hawks had Dolans in behind the defense and then a great scoring opportunity, but they couldn't get it to Dolans. And back to get it now is Knapp. Up on the far side, the left wing pass too far. Now here's Studier once again. At center, sidesteps the check of Andrews, gets it in. And the first man of the puck is Knapp. Down to about 25 in the period.
Boy, very few whistles in this first period.
Here's Andrews again. Ahead with Dolans to center. It'll be 2-on-2 as they bring it in. Andrews a backhand, and he backhands it high. And Samardzija was bumped in the crease. And we're down to 9 seconds left. Back out at center. The defenseman Whitwer goes cross rink. Andrews, 3 seconds left. Drop pass, the shot, fired high. And the horn sounds after Dolans' shot goes up over the crossbar and against the board. On the Old Dutch scoreboard, it's 1-0 Hermantown at the end of one. Our intermission will get underway in just a moment.
The Auto Show at the Minneapolis Convention Center.
Not a bad first period, pretty even.
Yeah, it was very even. I thought initially that Hermantown came out and they seemed to control things a little bit more. They were skating better than the Golden Bears in my mind. And right now, this gentleman has got to get his team to come out here with a little more emotion. That second period, that's Craig Homela, the coach of Eveleth-Gilbert. But all of a sudden then, both teams started to get the feel of the puck back and forth. We saw a lot of play between the two blue lines, as I mentioned. And the best chance of that period for the Golden Bears was when Leone had an opportunity to put it in, but he could not control the puck coming in a perfect pass across the goal mouth by Jeff Delinsek. And so right now we've got these two teams heading to the dressing room with only 2 periods to go, barring overtime, of course, Frank, and a very evenly played contest that we thought it would be at the beginning of this game.
Right, and something that Craig Homela told us before the game he wanted to avoid was the lack of emotion that the team displayed yesterday in the game against St. Louis Park. I think, and I agree with you, that they started to get some of that emotion coming back to them later in the period. Shots in the period will favor Hermantown 7-4. They have the only goal, as we mentioned, and that one coming from Francisco, his 28th of the season. So let's go down to ice level. Andy Skugman has one of the assistant coaches from Eveleth.
Thanks, Frank. Bob Pacelli. And Coach, give me your thoughts on the first period.
Well, we started a little slow, and they were taking to us the first start of the period. We started battling a little better in the second half, but we've got to get a few more guys going.
Tell me what looks like you, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you guys are lacking a little bit of emotion.
I think we're a little flat, and I really don't know why. I don't think we're tight, but we got to pick it up a little bit.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Bob Pacelli, assistant coach for Eveleth-Gilbert. The Golden Bears down by 1 goal after 1 period of play in our Class A championship game. Hermantown 1, Eveleth-Gilbert nothing. We'll return to the St. Paul River Center in the Northland Ford Intermission Report, hosted by Jeff Grayson in just a moment.
93X, Minnesota's pure rock. If it rocks, it's 93X.
Rated R.
It's the Great Jeep event, and great deals on your favorite Jeep vehicles are showing up wherever you look. Like a low $339 a month lease rate on the rugged Go Anywhere Grand Cherokee Laredo. Or choose 4.8% financing. And check out our latest 4x4 of the year, Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. The landscape will never be the same during the Great Jeep event. Brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
March is a month for winning with the Minnesota State High School tournaments, and you can be a winner too in the First Bank March Tournament Sweepstakes. Just stop in any branch and ask how you can save big with a First Bank home equity installment loan offering no closing costs and competitive rates. While you're there, register to win a $1,000 travel certificate. You can be one of 4 winners announced March 21st during UPN9's coverage of the Boys Basketball Championship games. So stop by your local branch to register and be a winner when you ask about the special offer on a home equity installment loan from First Bank.
What would you say to $229 a month on a Toyota Camry? Just a $229 a month lease on America's #1 selling car. Just $229 a month for a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. At $229 a month, you could say the Camry is close to perfect, but far from expensive. Get to your Toyota dealer now for the $229 Camry event before it ends March 31st.
Hey, I've got a tip on a great fishing spot. Nelson Marine and White Bear Lake. It's where the pros go.
That's right, Doug, because Nelson Marine has boat deals like this. A Lund 1650 Angler SS with a 60-horse Mercury outboard, Shorelander roller trailer, plus much more for only $11,595. With low monthly payments available. Nelson Marine is your Lund specialist and Mercury outboard platinum status dealer just north of 694 on Highway 61.
This is one catch you won't release.
This is a Minnesota 9 News Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Nicole Stewart from the Minnesota 9 Newsroom. Minneapolis police are investigating their 8th homicide this year. 19-year-old Paul Dumas was found stabbed to death behind 3011 Knox Avenue North around 10:30 last night. Police say Dumas apparently got into a fight with someone, but no arrests have been made. And several eager eagle watchers were up early this morning in Eden Prairie to catch a rare sight. Thanks to the warm weather coming in with El Nino, more than 70 bald eagles have settled on Grass Lake off Highway 169 to feast on the fish in its open waters.
This is a very unique experience for us here in the metro area.
Stay tuned to Minnesota 9 News throughout the tournament for more updates. Enjoy the game.
I'm Robin Robinson. People come up to me and tell me they like Minnesota 9 News. They say we're different, and I like that. Some of the differences are obvious. We have 2 newscasts at 9 and at 10. We tell you exactly when the stories are coming up, and we give you the weather at 10:03 every night. Some of the differences are subtle, but more important, like our reporting. Not only do we have more stories and more time to tell them, our reporters are excellent.
That's going to be a critical piece of evidence.
They're breaking the stories open and really digging deeper.
The secret may be a piece of plastic that sells for $2.
And our features, Wired, the Family Survival Kit, and of course my favorite, The Buzz. A Buzz exclusive. He's never done an interview on local television until tonight. It's information you can't get from the other newscasts. So watch Minnesota 9 News. You'll see the difference.
Minnesota 9 News at 9 with Robin Robinson and Jeff Passel, and at 10 with Jeff Passelt and Angela Hampton. Designed for the way you watch TV.
The Northland Ford Intermission Reports, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
Welcome back to Championship Saturday at the St. Paul River Center. Hermantown has a 1-0 lead after 15 minutes of play in the Class A Championship. I'm Jeff Grayson in St. Paul, and this is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We have talked with people who love and personify hockey throughout this tournament. Travis Roy, Neil Broughton, Willard Eichela. Andy Skugman caught up with a National Hockey League pioneer.
Okay, we're with a very special guest, Willie O'Ree, the first black player in the NHL. Can you take us back to the year that you broke into the league?
Yeah, it was January the 18th, 1958 in Montreal, Canada. I stepped on the ice with the Boston Bruins and became the first black player to play in the National Hockey League.
Was it difficult back then?
Yes, it was. Being only 6 teams in the National Hockey League at that time, approximately 120 to 130 hockey players. It was rough for the first go, but I had made up my mind that I had the ability and the skills to be there, and I was going to do everything in my power to play hockey and represent the hockey club to the best of my ability.
I know Jackie Robinson, when he broke the barrier, he was a special person, able to handle the things that happened to him. Did you grow from that experience?
Yeah, but the only thing I have in common with Jackie Robinson is he broke the color barrier in baseball. I broke it in hockey. I didn't experience the racial remarks and the racial prejudice that Jackie had, not only with his own teammates, but Jackie played in the southern states. I wasn't in that position to play. I played most of my hockey in the northern states.
Tell me what you're doing now.
I work for the National Hockey League USA Hockey Diversity Task Force and going around setting up programs for inner city diversity kids, ethnic backgrounds, and I'm loving it. And I'm here this weekend for the Mariucci program, the Diversity Task Force, with the kids, and I'm just excited. Actually, this is my first visit to the St. Paul, Minnesota area.
How about the NHL and the number of black players in the NHL right now? Is there a long way to go still?
Oh, yeah, there's still a long ways to go. I was the first in 1958, and then it was 14 years later, Mike Morrison broke in, and there's 9 playing right now, but we still have a long ways to go, but sometimes things take a little longer than others, but you're going to be seeing more, not only black players, but more minority players in the National Hockey League.
Willie, thanks for talking to us, and enjoy your first trip to the Twin Cities.
Oh, great. It's a pleasure to be here and really an honor. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, let's go back to you.
Thank you, Andy. Andy Skugman with Willie O'Ree, and Willie O'Ree will be giving a clinic tomorrow here in the Twin Cities. We'll be back with more. This is the Class A Championship. You're watching the Northland Ford Intermission Report live from the St. Paul River Center.
At a lot of minivans, and I heard a lot of things. Convenience, style, yada, yada, yada. Well, one simple fact stuck with me. Ford Windstar is the first and still the only minivan to earn the government's 5-star safety rating. That means more to me and my family than a lot of mumbo-jumbo. Plus, we get a low lease payment of $259 a month for 24 months. With Windstar, safety comes first. It's that simple. So keep it simple and see your local Ford dealer today.
First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
Crunch Pack at McDonald's. It's got a cheese lover's quarter pounder with cheddar and Swiss cheese. And with large fries and an ice-cold Coca-Cola, it'll make you drool. And it comes with a shot at winning a new Chevy Cavalier or tickets to the NBA All-Star Game. The Crunch Pack for a limited time at McDonald's. The way he can dribble is the way it'll make you drool. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Here, we believe there's always room for improvement in how we work, in how we play, in how we communicate. The U.S. West Phone Improvement Sale, now until April 3rd, with special discounts and everything you need to improve your connections at home and at work. Here, a sale is more than a chance to save. It's a way to make life better. The U.S. West Phone Improvement Sale. Life's better here. U.S. West.
The Twins are coming back to UPN 9. KMSP is the new broadcast partner for the Minnesota Twins. Catch 15 games this season, right here on UPN 9.
Hermantown with a one-goal lead over Eveleth-Gilbert after one period of play here at the St. Paul River Center. Let's get right back to the Northland Ford Intermission Report. And the best host I've ever seen of the Northland Ford Intermission Report, Jeff Grayson.
Andy, thank you for that empty compliment. I appreciate it. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report, and we have some news from a couple of other games. People have been calling our UPN 9 studios asking for a consolation score and the third place score in Class A. So here they are. The consolation champion is East Grand Forks. The Green Wave defeated Matamidi 6-2. East Grand Forks finishes with a record of 21-6-1. What a fantastic story they've been coming into this tournament with everything that the East Grand Forks community has been through. They defeat Matamidi 6-2. The third place game, Red Wing, last year's Class A champion, took on St. Louis Park, and Red Wing takes third place, defeating St. Louis Park 7-4. The Wingers finish with a 26-2-0 record. That wraps up the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We'll be back with more, including the second period of play in our Class A championship. You're watching Championship Saturday from the River Center.
The Northland Ford Intermission Reports, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers. No wait weather. Tomorrow's forecast every night at 10:03 on Minnesota 9 News.
Wow, gas drying is a real gas? We feel great. So next time you hear claims that electric appliances are less expensive, safer, and more convenient than natural gas appliances, Take a tip from us real inside experts. and call your local natural gas company to learn the real facts before choosing an energy source.
Natural gas, it's still your best energy value.
Open the door to big savings at Menards with door chimes from Angelo. They install easily in several styles starting at only $6.75. High-quality cast-iron sinks from Elger add brilliance to your kitchen or bath. This bath sink is only $84. This double-bowl kitchen sink, only $138. Get an additional 10% off when you use your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
You got to kick a little and cause a stir. Sometimes you got to make some noise to be heard. If anybody ever tries to hold you back.
The Chevy Blazer's driver control system gives you a little security in an insecure world. And these special offers have just kicked in. $1,000 cash back or 4.9 financing.
You got to kick a little.
Your Chevy Blazer's ready. Get $1,000 cash back. See your Chevrolet dealer today.
The most innovative news brings you the hottest website with free email from SiteMail. You can send and receive email from anywhere. Just hit UPN 9 online. It's KMSP.com. Log on today.
Back at the River Center, it's time for another winner in Toyota's Drive for Education contest, and we're joined now by Toyota District Manager Donna Poplansky. Tell us a little bit about the contest, Donna.
For 9 consecutive years, the Minnesota Toyota dealers have sponsored the state high school hockey tournament. In conjunction with the tournament, we sponsor the Toyota Drive for Education program. With this program, the Toyota dealers donate 8 $2,000 grants to the high schools that submit the best essays.
Who is our winner this afternoon?
Cloquet High School in Cloquet, Minnesota, and they're going to use the money for writing seminars.
All right, Donna, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the AA championship. Now for analysis and the second period here at Hermantown.
Jeff, thank you very much. Donna, thank you as well. A very even first period of play. There was one goal in that period scored by Hermantown. Let's go back and take a look at the highlights here as Francisco gets his second of the tournament.
Well, you're going to see the giveaway here right in the center ice zone. And what a nice play it was by Nick Dolans right here as he gets the puck. He spots John Francisco in the center ice area. But look at this line also. All three guys coming up the other together. And that's what you want to happen. You don't want one guy hanging right back. Pat Andrews was on the far side there just in case there had to be a rebound or a deflection or something like that. But a perfect pass here. Very unselfish, and also the quick release, Frank. It wasn't a situation of trying to get to that net and shovel it in. It was get the puck, put it in immediately, and go from there, and that's what they've done.
Pretty pictures, too, from the guys running the operation here, guys and girls. Hermantown, 7-4 with the shots on goal on our U.S. West shots on goal scoreboard. Although I'm told now you can say guys and refer to both.
Okay.
I heard that from a woman. I heard it from a woman, so I figure it's okay. 15 minutes, we're ready to go here for the period. And the Hawks roll the puck into the Bears zone. Puck batted away by Chad Studier. If I may pass on yet another score from you to you from Mariucci Arena, the AA consolation winner is Hastings. Russ Welch's crew there defeated Edina 6-4 in another penalty-filled game, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not certainly what you want to see. There was a nice play as you look at number 13 of Hermantown, John Francisco. He's going to be parked to the left of the goaltender. See right here, when you have possession of the puck, you need to hold on to it. You can't just give it away. And all of a sudden it goes back to the point position. The quick release here once again, and we've seen 12 and 13 combined for so many times. This line has been tremendous, but also a good play on the part of Peter Samardzic, who get down there and get it.
2-on-1 for the Bears. A quick shot. Opel makes the save, and he stopped the rebound as well. The initial rush by Troutwine, and Jeff Dolinsek with the rebound opportunity. Now to Andrews at center. He crosses the red line and dumps it all the way down. Second period is just underway here at River Center. The Hermantown Hawks with a 1-0 lead over the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears. Back to get it is J.R. Bradley. He's already picked up a couple of points. Scored a power play goal in the tournament already. In the slot, a high shot. Oh, that one was swatted out of the air by Opel like he was swatting a fly or a mosquito. Far side now, it's controlled by Denny and played to the point. The Bears keep it alive. Finally, it's taken away and forced out to center ice by Jesse Stokey. And a whistle. Either we have an unplayable puck, must have jumped the boards. I think that's what it is. Our U.S. Bank scoreboard shows we're early in period number 2.
These days, people are putting so many things on burgers, they hardly seem like burgers anymore. At Hardee's, we think it's time to go back to those classic ingredients that make a burger taste great. The kind of things you'll find on Hardee's new Classic Bacon Double Cheeseburger. 2 big juicy patties, melted cheese, 8 strips of crispy bacon, lettuce, tomato, and special sauce. The new Classic Bacon Double Cheeseburger, only at Hardee's.
Golden Bears coming back here, coming very close. And goaltender Chris Opel had to be very good on this shot, coming right from about 30 feet up. Watch also as Kyle Hawley is starting to get to the puck there. And you can see Opel with that big step just deflect the puck off into the corner.
This Hermantown crowd is going goofy.
They're all in white.
Well, I mean, now that doesn't look goofy, but what was going on before was goofy. Looked like a dance line out there for the whole section of them. Needed slow motion to figure it out. They weren't playing to the camera, were they? No. Here's Jesse Stokey up on the far side. 5 skaters aside. A game that has yet to have a penalty. And there's been but 1 goal. Actually, there haven't been many scoring opportunities either. There were a total of 11 shots on goal we showed you in the first period. Quality chances, there were only 3. Hermantown had 2. Eveleth had 1. A blast by Denny and a goal. That shot took off, got in just under the crossbar. Game tied at 1.
Well, you mentioned quality scoring chances. That was a bullet, I'll tell you, coming from about 40 feet out. And that just beat the goaltender cleanly. And Chris Opel, I think, was a little bit fooled on that shot. Oh. It comes early on this period also, Frank, and that's what's really important because it gets this team lifting up a little bit more. We talked about the emotion. You see the giveaway right here. All of a sudden, Denny comes in from the side, moves to the center ice position, and he just beats him cleanly on that stick side. And we've got a tie game.
Boy, did he get all of this thing. Wham! 20th of the year for Denny and the first of the tournament. And there will be just the 1 assist on the play. That's to Kyle Hawley. A tie game, so both schools score early in each of the 2 periods. Here comes Bradley to bring it in. Bradley leaning in on Studier. Gets a shot through the goal mouth, and it goes wide. At the blue line, kept in by Whitwer. He centers it, and the goaltender Samardzija gets a little bit of a stick on it. Well, maybe they'll get some of the juices going for the Golden Bears.
Well, I think it will on both sides, though. Also, you've got to be ready once you've given up a goal. You have to pick up the pace also. You can't sit back and say, oh, we gave up a goal, here we go again. You've got to pick up your level of play, too.
Play offside at the blue line.
Both these schools well represented here by the number of fans. I know that they had 3 busloads coming down from Eveleth-Gilbert today, a couple of coachmans and a big yellow school bus, and drivers were telling me every time they came in an overpass, they had to honk the horns to everybody who was on top. And so great support for both of these teams.
And now this is the Eveleth side going goofy. They're both going goofy.
We fit in perfectly then, Frank.
Well, of course we are hockey people, aren't we? Isn't that the first requirement? Puck back behind the net to Malvik. Malvik has had a real nice tournament. Now to center ice, they find Francisco. Left wing, nice move, right in. The shot goes wide. Oh, what a dandy of a move by John Francisco. Early in the second period on the U.S. Bank scoreboard, knotted up at a goal apiece.
First Bank makes getting a home equity loan fast and simple. Qualifying by phone takes as little as 10 minutes. There are no closing costs, fees, or points. And you'll like the low rates and low monthly payments. A home equity loan from First Bank. It's a wonderful tool for saving time and saving money. Call and apply now.
Hi, I'm calling about a home equity loan. Right? Okay.
What a play by John Francisco. You'll watch right here as he moves in. He pulls it up between his skates, and as the foresight be able to move the puck ahead, comes in. But look at the move on the defenseman. Oh boy, where do I go from here? And I tell you, that did not miss by much, but I'll tell you, Dan Heitzman had a problem trying to pick him up there, but Francisco made a great effort here to get the puck around him and then get the shot on the target.
There are a lot of people who would have had trouble picking him up. That was a great move.
It really was.
There's Heitzman with the puck again in his own end. He's a junior captain of this team, and they send it all the way down, and Opel watches it and covers up. Well, they thought maybe there was a little jab after the whistle. I thought it was before the whistle, but nonetheless, you come back to protect your goaltender.
Yeah, you certainly do that, and you can see Chris, or it was Jeff Dolinsek who was involved in there. He was actually being pulled away by Andy Sacchetti, saying, hey, we don't want any penalties here. We need to stay on the ice. You watch here, see the goaltender Opel having a little bit of a problem there. You can see the stick coming in, and all of a sudden the stick's got up just a little bit high. 3 against 2. That's not even.
No?
It's okay if you're on the 3 side.
Now on the near rail, it's Leone, and it's centered, but away from Studier. And back behind the net now, Hawley. Quick centering pass, and that one got away from Steve Denny. Denny has the Bears' only goal of the game, and that goal has resulted in a 1-1 tie. He scored in this period at 2:05. Francisco scored for Hermantown at 3:04. And a bouncing puck at center. Dumped in the zone by Stokey. Heitzman back to get it. Long pass to center, and that one was picked off. They were trying to spring Denny. And from center ice, a dump-in attempt hit the Hermantown player Allen, and it finally results in an offside called at the blue line.
Well, we see some pretty good checks here early on in this second period. A little more physical play. At the same time, also, I think the team you're looking at right now, the Golden Bears, have stepped up their pace just a little bit. They have scored the only goal of this second period to tie up the game at 1 apiece. Shots right now are even, 7 apiece.
Tim Rust ready for the face-off for Hermantown. He'll have Kyle Damer on one wing, Jason Allen on the other. And the Tony Dolinsek line is out for Eveleth with Phil Perpich on the left, Nick Casalter on the right. And in after the puck is Kyle Damer. Oh, my, what a hit by Bradley. And the Eveleth player is still stunned and down on the ice.
That could have been called a charge. I mean, he came from a long way out.
Yes, he did.
Came from a long way out to hit him there, and the player is still down on the ice. He was hit pretty good.
I'm not sure if, well, I don't want to identify any too early there.
Picks up the puck right here. Now watch, bing. I mean, he came from the, hit him with the shoulder. I mean, it was a clean hit as far as hitting. But when you come from the blue line, that position of a defenseman, you want to pinch in. But all of a sudden, you got an official standing right there, too, who should have been able to make that call.
Well, except he had his back towards the player who came from behind him. He really has no idea how far that guy came.
Well, he has to have a feel for where these guys are on the ice, too, Frank. And
that's what the other guy on the other side is for.
Yeah, somebody should have made that call. However.
All right, while they tend to the shaken up player, we'll take a break on the U.S. Bank scoreboard. It's 1-1.
There's more to a Ford Explorer. America's best-selling sport utility has more comfort for you, more power for your active lifestyle, more safety features for your family. And now you can lease Explorer for less. Just $295 a month for 24 months with 10% down. Lease the compact sport utility more active people love and more families trust for $295 a month. The Northland's too big to be left unexplored. So see your Northland Ford dealer, where there's more to afford.
There's a look at the player, Jesse Carlson. The good news, he's off on his own power, and we are all thankful for that.
And he's going to his own bench, too, which is also important. He's not going to the dressing room, so that's good. He'll be fine.
There's Greg Rollers. He was the one that was closest. Greg Rollers was also the lead referee on yesterday's no goal in the game between Eveleth-Gilbert and St. Louis Park. And he confirmed to us exactly what the goal judge had said during the game, is that puck got in behind the Eveleth-Gilbert goaltender, but it hit the post. It never crossed the line, and he said there was no question about it.
Right.
It was not a goal.
And I had some of the fans sitting behind there who told me the same thing, Frank, that did not go over the line.
So I know that could have been a big momentum swing for St. Louis Park Orioles, but it didn't happen. This is a 3-on-1 to Bradley. Oh, nice play by the goaltender Samardzija, who picked off the pass and prevented the centering opportunity for Bradley, who was all alone.
What was nice here also, when you have a 3-on-1 like that, as a defenseman, what you're trying to do is slow the play down just a little bit till you get some help. And that's what happens right here. Look at the defensive play. See, he puts himself in a position where all of a sudden he has to move beyond the defenseman in order to get the puck around. And I believe that was Corpy coming back there who made the nice play and forced him to delay that pass across. And Samardzija was able to get his stick to get a piece of it.
And that last little sequence there, a nice play by Whitwer to make an interception and keep the play alive for Hermantown. Here comes Francisco, high slot, lets it go. That hit traffic and had Samardzija stumbling because it was redirected. Now Andrews shooting, and it's cleared up the middle, not out. Bradley keeps it in. Andrews shoots, it's deflected. A big loose puck, and a shot fired high. And a key play by Corpy, who cleared out the turf in front of the goal. I think it was Francisco he may have moved, or maybe Dolans. A blast from the line, and Samardzija makes a save.
Dolans actually shot the puck over top of the net.
Andrews battling for the loose puck. It's wrapped off his stick. The Hawks inadvertently play it back in, and it will be offside at the blue line. What a flurry, and Samardzija is sharp here today.
Yes, he is. He got some help back there, too. The Hawks are pressing right now. They've got all the guns flying. You watch right here, the puck is cleared out to the point. Good turnaround by the defenseman right here, but watch this play. All of a sudden, you try to pull it back here just a little bit. Couldn't quite control it, but here's the shot right here. right up over top. I'm not sure. It may have hit the stick there, Frank. I'm not sure of Casey Rice who came in there.
Now a takeaway in the corner by Hermantown's Andy Corrin. Corrin has the puck again. He's bumped by the winger. Denny gets free and shoots. It's off the skate and loose, and then covered up by Samardzija. 9 minutes to go here in the period.
Samardzija's not taking any chances right now, doing a good job of just focusing in where that puck is and what he has to do. He's not concerned about the players around him. He wants to know where that little puck is so that he can grab onto it. He doesn't want to give any opportunities to the opposition.
It's flipped ahead by Leone and into the zone and a race for the puck. The goaltender Opel there played it away from the on-rushing Eveleth player. Now on the near rail, Heitzman drops it back. Leone's shooting, it goes wide. Denny in the corner, and it's back behind the net. They jam it around again. Knapp to pick it up, and the pass is redirected. It goes back into the zone, and the first man to it is Heitzman once more. Long pass to center for Denny. Crosses the line, drops it back in the slot, and a glove catch made on Kyle Hawley's hard, low wrist shot. It's still a 1-1 game on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
Minnesota's pure rock. If it rocks, it's 93X.
An all-northern final here at the River Center, I beg your pardon, and a lot of folks were sure watching up on KDLH television out of Duluth, both in Eveleth and in Duluth, and the great town of Hermantown as well. Thanks for joining us. Offside at the blue line. We'll face it off again. Remember, these two teams played earlier in the year, a 3-2 Hermantown win up at Eveleth.
There's one of the keys also for Hermantown right now as you look at number 9, the senior right winger. He's usually the first man in their forechecking system, and that's one of his strengths, and pretty good size there also to muscle the opposition off the puck at 6'2", 175 pounds.
Now a loose puck in the slot. Here is McGovern to pick it up, and his backhand goes into the corner. And a race for the puck. Rice taken away by Graves. He's pinned to the wall, and the Bears shoot it to center. Bradley jammed up on the near side by Kasalter. And Dolinsek also takes a rubbing. Back to Bradley. The Hawk defenseman goes to the far side and dumps it in. Hermantown changing on the fly. In on a forecheck, there is Damer. And a big hit by Dolans. Puck loose to Knapp. Knapp centers it for Francisco, and that pass was broken up. Broken up on the by Corpy. Well, Samardzija has to make a stop. Nobody wants it. And it's cleared to center. Like somebody pulled the fire alarm and everybody got out of the way.
I think so.
Francisco plays it ahead to Dolans. He gets it in over the line. And this is Rice to flip it around. Andy Sacchetti, the center iceman of this top line, is out for the Bears. And now a pass was high. It was deflected. A race for the puck now. Troutline and Knapp go after it. And now it's Knapp to knock it away for Dolans, but he's rubbed off the play by Dolinsek. But the Hawks break to center. A pass goes off the helmet of Sacchetti, and then Sacchetti plays it ahead anyway. Now just out of the reach of Francisco. Hermantown wanting to change. They better hurry. The puck raced ahead by Sacchetti, and then he's rubbed off the puck on a good check by Stokey. Back to center ice, and it'll be controlled by Studier. Up on the far side for Denny. Knapp was on him, so he tips it in the zone. Driven around by Malvik. And now Corrin trying to get it out. Back to the blue line. This is Heitzman. And a diving check prevents that one from becoming dangerous. At the far line, Studier keeps it in. It's loose in the slot. Swept away by Denny inadvertently. Studier at the point. To the near side, Heitzman. He'll try to work it in deep for the backhand. Opel reaching and finally gets to the puck, and he holds on. Under 6 minutes to go in the second period of a 1-1 game.
The The Twins are coming back to UPN 9. KMSP is the new broadcast partner for the Minnesota Twins. Catch 15 games this season right here on UPN 9.
Well, the Golden Bears pursuing that puck right now, trying to get something going in front. You watch the pass back out in front here, back knocked into the corner. Use hands, use arms, legs, whatever you can to control the puck. But all of a sudden, it's back to the point position. You'll see Heitzman come in here. Nice little backhand right in front of Opel. And you see also the protection Opel's getting, but he's also getting hit by a few of those checks.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1998 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. And we'll finish the rest of this one in a moment or two. I don't like these face-offs in close to the goal and have that much to read. We'll do it again.
Oh, good.
So the you see, all the lawyers, their ears.
I hate to miss that one.
The lawyers' ears perk up. We keep the audience when we read that thing. Back at the blue line, here's Heitzman. Out at center, broken up by Whitwer. He's in a jam, and from center ice, it's driven in by Dolinsek. At the blue line, Heitman was checked, and a centering pass. Troutwine trying to catch up to it, but it came through before he could get there. Now a check from behind, apparently not. A big hit by Heitzman, and he really laid out Kyle Damer. Damer a little slow, but he's headed to the bench. A long shot comes in on Samardzija, and he makes the save. Heitzman throws it ahead of the line, and it's tipped in by Jeff Dolinsek. And here's Dolans behind the net. Ooh, he nearly gave it away. Dolans recovers to get it over to Whitwer, and Whitwer plays it ahead. And then they shoot it back in. I don't know, is he passing that sloppy or is the checking that good? Loose to Denny, and Denny in deep. No angle, shoots, and Opel makes an easy save there.
Yeah, he had no place to go with the puck right there. He was looking to make the pass out in front, but he had the defenseman down in front of him with that stick extended and could not make it. And so rather than do anything else with it, he thought he might be able to sneak one in the side. What for the top corner, what you want to do, you watch right here, watch the defender. All of a sudden, he goes down, prone position. Not many places you can go at that stage of the game. Good play by Rob Whitwer, who was able to put his body and everything else in front of the player coming in, Steve Denny.
Back at the line, a long shot by Casey Rice and a glove catch by Opel.
Lots of whistles. No team has really been able to control the puck for any length of time. Again, the camera shot here. You can see the easy save also for the netminder.
Finally, they drop the puck at center. Denny back to the line. Dolans with the interception. Flips it out to center ice. It's raced ahead by Francisco. Makes another cut. His shot was deflected. And Samardzija is able to make a fairly easy stop on that one. 4:05 left to go in the first period as John Francisco pulls himself up off the deck.
Well, we said time and time again, these two guys have played very well together. 12-13 for the Hawks. You get Dolans and John Francisco have just combined all night through here, but there's a save also made by Samardzija, who was able to just grab onto it. These goaltenders will take no chances. They want to make certain you're in championship competition. You don't give the puck up unless you know exactly where you're going to put it.
Andrews, the winger, handling this faceoff. Then he is flattened by Heitzman. Steve Troutwine, senior, controls, gets it to center. Jeff Dolinsek, another senior, shooting it in. And in the slot, this is Reed Malvik, protecting the puck nicely and getting it out of the slot, but it's turned over anyway. And Knapp broke it up. Here's another loose puck to Dolans and a goal. Dolinsek, Jeff Dolinsek with a goal that puts Eveleth-Gilbert ahead 2-1. The Hawks had an awful time getting the puck out of their own end on that one.
Well, they did. And one of the things, Frank, is when you get those opportunities, you've got to make the most of them. And that's exactly what the Golden Bears do. Jeff Dolinsek, the senior, will get credit for that goal, and rightfully so. He just turned and just let that shot go. Good hard shot, nice and low. Look at the pressure being applied right now. Trying to keep it in the zone. See the defensive moving in. All of a sudden, you've got possession. You move back in front. And right here, that little play by Andy Sacchetti also knocks the puck in a position to go to the far side. And standing on that side was Jeff Delinsky, who gets the puck and puts it in. The other assist on that play will go to Steve Troutwine, who had a great game yesterday as well.
Second of the tournament for Delinsky, and the 15th of the season. There's another look at it.
You move towards the net. Everyone starts to move in. All of a sudden, that little hit right there is what prevented the puck from being passed out. And Jeff Delinsky in the right place at the right time to put it away.
Steve Denny from center. A one-goal game, but Eveleth has scored 2 unanswered here in the second period. Now a backhand pass to the far side. Jesse Allen playing it ahead. Heitzman playing it right back out. Here's Denny again to carry it in. Pulls up, tried to pass it back. It was deflected. Heitzman was tripped up.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, and they let him play. Bouncing puck in the slot. Studier shooting. Opal scared it away. Another short angle shot from Denny was stopped by Opal. Centered again. Here's Denny once more. The Bears with all the pressure and a shot. That one was off a defenseman and finally cleared by Chris Bear in the center to center ice. Played back in by Heitzman. Heitzman blocks it at the point once more. Finally, it's controlled by Bradley. Bradley to center and pushes it ahead. And back to pick up the puck is Studier. He fanned on the pass a little bit. He'll have to get some help from Leone, but Leone is trapped by Barron on the play. The Bears force it to center. Leone after the puck. He was upended, and now Dolan's with it. And an injured Hermantown player in front of the penalty box. I believe it's Bradley. Grabbing the left leg or the knee, we're not sure which.
Yeah, that's J.R. Bradley, the junior defenseman. He is down. It's a pretty good size going down, too, at 6'2", 210 pounds. And he's one of those players that can play football, baseball, hockey, you name it. He's got the athletic ability to do just that, but it appears he's going to be okay as he skates under his own steam. Back to his bench. See him pick it up right here. You watch right here. He's going to get hit. Notice how he's positioned right now. Watch us see what happens if he gets hit on the side of the knee or oh, right there. Slash.
Oh.
You saw, yeah, let's back it up a little bit and look at that again.
I was waiting for a body check or a knee-to-knee
So
hit or something, and it turned out to be a slash.
Yeah, watch the stick. Right here. There's a little check along the boards. A little high stick. And watch right there. Back of the knee.
Back, yep.
And look what the official now. I don't know where his eyes are looking right there, but that's where you got to watch when you get those plays coming off the boards, even though the puck is left. A lot of times there is retaliation taking place.
We haven't had a penalty called, have we? Or if I missed one?
No. No penalties.
None. Now an interception high in the slot. The puck played back in by Allen. They're actually by Francisco. And Heitzman has built it to the rail, and he's shaken up. That was a hit by Dolitz. And Heitzman still behind the net, and now they whistle the play down. Boy, these have been some thundering checks.
Well, that may be in retaliation for the other hit, but right now Heitzman is still down the ice. I think more than anything else, Frank, he probably lost his wind. He went in the boards pretty good. You'll watch as he moves in to get the puck, and they just come shoulder to shoulder. It's not a bad check at all. And that was Nick Dolans who came in and delivered that hit. And watch how he goes in on his back. You can see right there. Boy, that'll shake you up in a hurry, believe me. But it appears to be okay. Face-off will be, I believe, to the left of the Eveleth-Gilbert goal.
While we line up for the face-off, I'll finish and start reading it all over again. KMSB Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1998 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSB Television and the Minnesota State High School League. And I didn't miss a goal.
No,
missed a shot, but I didn't miss a goal.
Nice job.
Thank you. Under 90 seconds to go. And puck finally picked up and controlled by Sacchetti. 2 on 4 as they bring it to the line, and it dissolves. And back at the Gilbert line. Well, we're going to be in for a whale of a third period here, I got a feeling. 1:08 left in this one. Shots are pretty even. The scoreboard close. 2-1 in favor of the Golden Bears.
Well, these players have got to be a little bit tired right now. They've had a lot of hockey here in the last few days, and the emotion of just getting to this level takes a lot out of you. You prepare for a tournament like this. For some teams who've not been here for a long time, it's pretty awesome to come into a building this size and see this many people. We've got a pretty good afternoon crowd here.
Yeah, we do have a real nice crowd. Puck left the rink, will face it off again.
Can't be many people left back in the communities of Hermantown and Eveleth.
Probably could get everybody in from those two towns and still not fill this place.
You're close, Frank. Eveleth is about 4,000. I think Hermantown's about 6,500. So it would just go a little over half full of this building. Who turned out the lights?
Under a minute to go as it's brought in by Corin. And a long high shot off the glass. Back behind the net. Corin after it again. He was belted from behind. A little bit rough out there today.
Yeah.
Both ways, though.
Yeah, that part I don't like is when a player goes down the puck's arm. You see the guys come in with their sticks trying to jab it through the puck. They're going to get a piece of it. Well, maybe sometimes they do. That was Andy Corin who was laying flat on the ice. And because he was on the puck, that'll bring the face-off outside the Golden Bear zone. 48 seconds to go. Shots on net pretty even. 13-12 in favor of Hermantown.
Wow, that's offside at the blue line.
That's the Golden Bears that lead by 2-1.
So we'll come back to center for the face-off championship game. 15 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Puck from center ice, backhanded in by Malvik, and then he was blasted. Malvik comes back for the hit, but he leaves the man open. Good back checking on the play by Hermantown's Chris Barron. Malvik left his check there for a moment, trying to get a little retaliation for the punishment he took. Long screen shot knocked down in front again, and Malvik takes a bit of a beating in front. To the near side, it's Corin to play it around. And now Corin again to get the puck. He'll have to come back for it. Well, we got some wrestling going on around here, and now the whistle goes. Malvik, and that's
it should be a roughing call.
One way?
Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe both of them. It's a pair of threes anyway. They were going at pretty good in the corner. You had called the name just a few moments ago. Malvik from Hermantown, and it was Steve Denny from Eveleth-Gilbert, and they both head to the penalty box. And we get a chance to sit here for a couple of seconds before they head to that dressing room. Those penalties will come at 14 minutes, 57 seconds of the second period.
I believe the message from the officials is that, no, we have not lost our whistles. We are going to be calling penalties here if you're going to get squirrely about it. Malvik and Denny, minors each for roughing. And with the coincidental penalties, I believe we're going to remain 5 skaters aside on the ice. And now the horn will sound, and this period of hockey will come to a conclusion at River Center. A 2-goal second period for Eveleth, and it gives them a 2-1 lead. Denny and Jeff Dolinsek scoring the 2 goals. Denny scoring early at 2:05, and that gave the Bears some life, but pretty much a grinding period of hockey. So you look at the 2 coaches, that being Bruce Plant there, headed off. Saw Craig Homola as well. And they, I'm sure, will have some discussion. This is not the kind of game where you don't have much to say going into the 3rd period. I think they will have some coaching to do in the 3rd period to get these guys ready and to avoid the mistakes that could cost one of them a game.
Yes, and also to get them ready for this next period, Frank, and the likes of the effort they're going to give on the ice from the drop of that puck. This is open for grabs right now. Either team can walk away with the championship trophy, but you've got to come out here on the ice and you have to be ready. There's only 15 minutes to go, barring overtime, and that's the rest of the season is right here.
Bruce Plant is downstairs with our Andy Skookman.
Thanks, Frank. And Coach, I'm sure you're not happy.
No, that wasn't a very good period for us. We're holding the puck way too long. Our guys aren't moving, especially our defensemen, and they're just pouncing us off the puck. So got to move the puck or we're going to be hurting.
Tell me what you tell your kids in the locker room. This is the final period of the season.
Move the puck and move your feet. I guess we got to do that or we're dead. Got to start moving our feet and moving the puck.
Coach, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Bruce Plants. Hermantown Hawks down by a goal to Eveleth-Gilbert after 2 periods of play. This is the 1998 Boys State High School Hockey Tournament live from the River Center. Stay tuned for the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Jeff Grayson's special guest, Johnny Pohl, back at the River Center in a moment.
What would you say to $229 a month on a Toyota Camry? Just a $229 a month lease on America's #1 selling car. Just $229 a month for a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. At $229 a month, you could say the Camry is close to perfect, but far from expensive. Get to your Toyota dealer now for the $229 Camry event before it ends March 31st.
Fireside Corner has the largest selection of fireplaces in the Midwest. Enjoy the comforts of trouble-free warmth and performance almost anywhere in your home. Just add a Heat and Glow natural gas or wood-burning fireplace from Fireside Corner. Heat and Glow's 6000 series has been chosen by Consumers Digest as a best buy in gas fireplaces. Come in today and save 15% and get a free vent system when you convert your existing fireplace to the convenience of natural gas. Fireside Corner in Burnsville, Osseo, Mankato, St. Cloud, Roseville, and Wilmer.
Here, happiness isn't taken for granted. Work and play don't argue. And I can always find you if I need you. Here, a handshake still beats an email. And wires aren't something that people connect, but something that connects people. Here, you've got a life, and we've got a job to do. Life's better here. U.S. West.
It's the Crunch Pack at McDonald's. It's got a cheese lover's quarter pounder with cheddar and Swiss cheese. And with large fries and an ice-cold Coca-Cola, it'll make you drool. And it comes with a shot at winning a new Chevy Cavalier or tickets to the NBA All-Star Game. The Crunch Pack for a limited time at McDonald's. The way he can dribble is the way it'll make you drool. Did somebody say McDonald's?
This is a Minnesota 9 News Update.
Hello, I'm Nicole Stewart. The Minnesota DFL is suing St. Paul Mayor Norm Coleman. The DFL alleges Coleman violated a city ordinance by making political phone calls while working as a city employee. Coleman maintains if he did make calls from his office to fight a 1995 living wage proposal, it was an appropriate activity. Another high-rise will soon tower the Minneapolis skyline. American Express plans to build a 975,000 square foot tower near the south end of downtown. And several people were up early this morning to catch a rare sight. All our warm weather has brought more than 70 bald eagles to Eden Prairie's Grass Lake to feast on fish in its open waters. We'll have more news during tonight's game.
I'm Robin Robinson. People always come up and tell me why they like Minnesota 9 News at 9. They say I watch at 9 because I'm in bed at 10, or I get more out of your news, or hey, I like when you tell me when the stories are on. That's great. We want to put you in control. That's why we invented menus, and why we give you 2 newscasts. Watch at 9, or if you're busy at 9, like I am, watch at 10 with Jeff Passolt and Angela Hampton. Its unique style and format sets it apart from the other 10 o'clock newscasts. Take no-wait weather.
Well, every night at 10:03 we get no-wait weather.
And other features you won't find anywhere else, like Wired.
Well, and Wired, a site created by a Minneapolis guy that's working to protect your neighborhood.
And the Family Survival Kit.
Parents of youngsters still in diapers, we got a deal for you.
So if you like us at 9, watch Minnesota 9 News at 10. Hey, when I'm off work, it's the newscast I watch.
Minnesota 9 News at 9 with Robin Robinson and Jeff Passolt, and at 10 with Jeff Passolt and Angela Hampton. Designed for the way you watch TV.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
The Northland Ford Intermission Report finds Eveleth-Gilbert on the comeback trail. 2 goals in the second period. They lead Hermantown 2-1 as we get set for the final 15 minutes. Jeff Grayson back here at the St. Paul River Center. Special guest for you on the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We're joined by Red Wings senior Johnny Pohl, the state's all-time leading scorer. And the Wingers won the championship last year. Johnny, seems like just yesterday you were starting high school. You were here all 4 years. Does it seem strange to have it over?
Yeah, it's really actually quite sad that no more time with my friends playing hockey, but we went on a good note. We won 3rd place, so bittersweet, I guess you could say.
When you look back, how tough is that coming off the game yesterday? A hard-fought game, could have gone either way against Hermantown. How tough was that to come back today?
Yeah, it's tough, but that's life, you know what I mean? You get knocked down, you just got to get back up and keep coming. So we knew we were a championship quality team, and we knew that we could come out and give it all we got and get a victory, go out as winners.
Last year, your team 28-0. In fact, over the last 2 years, 54-2 over the last 2 seasons. When you look back on that team and your high school hockey tournament experiences, what will you think of?
Oh, the state tournaments have been the best experience of my life, you know. I've talked to a few college guys, and they say, you know, wait till you get to the Final Four. But, I mean, I don't know if anything can top this. The building, St. Paul, the atmosphere. I mean, coming here with my dad as a little kid, just dreaming about it, and now I've lived it for 4 years. I've had the perfect high school career. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Stay put. We'll talk with you more in a second. We'll talk more with Johnny Pohl in a moment. This is the Northland Ford Intermission Report. Stay with us.
There's more to afford. Why? Because your Northland Ford dealer has a special offer just for the Northland. Now lease an Escort SE sedan or a Hot ZX2 for only $178 a month with just 10% down. Along with great styling, get the stuff you need, like air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, rear defrost, remote keyless entry, and more. So lease an Escort SE or a Hot ZX2 and get both for only $178 a month with just 10% down. Now see why there's more to afford. And see your Northland Ford dealer today. First Bank is about to become U.S. Bank.
From tournaments past, this great clip is brought to you by Great Clips.
In the 1997 Class AA boys hockey semifinal, this Friday night game looked like a repeat from the year before. Would it go to 5 overtimes? No, only 3, as Edina's Sam Cornelius scored the winning goal well after midnight to defeat Hill Murray in another marathon game. Edina went on to win the 1997 AA boys hockey championship.
This great clip was brought to you by Great Clips.
Hungry Jack biscuits now have the delicious taste of cinnamon and sugar in every flaky layer. These are really good.
Hungry Jack cinnamon and sugar biscuits.
Want to add a little kick to dinner? Grab one of Progresso's new seasoned pasta soups with seasonings right in the pasta. For a taste that'll knock your socks off. The new seasoned pasta soups, only from Progresso.
For your first forecast, turn to Minnesota 9 News at 9 and no-wait weather at 10:03 every night. And for up-to-the-minute local news and weather from around the world, hit UPN online anytime at KMSP.com.
We're back. The Northland Ford Intermission Report continues. Eveleth-Gilbert with a 1-goal lead. We're getting set for the third period. Jeff Grayson at River Center with Johnny Pohl, the Red Wing senior. Now we're talking about high school. One chapter ending, but you're getting set for a new chapter in your life. You're going to be going to the U to play for the Gophers.
Yeah, it's, you know, I guess I'm done being a winger, and now I'm a Gopher, but I'm always going to look back as my high school days as being great, and right now I'm looking forward to 4 years of exciting. I can't wait. I can't put into words.
You know, this guy is sort of like a rock star here at the tournament. You have kids coming up to you, people of all ages. You sign autographs. What is it like, and what do you do to handle the attention that you get from people?
Well, my parents always just told me to treat others the way you wanted to be treated, I guess. And, you know, I remember being a little kid wanting to get guys' autographs, and every once in a while, you know, they don't give them to you, and they just kind of brush you off. So I just try to, if they want an autograph, I'm honored to give them one. So that's a great experience. It's pretty cool.
Now, I know you talk about the team accomplishments, but I have to ask you, when you became the state's all-time leading scorer, there was another guy near the top of the list named Dave Spihar. You're going to be a teammate of his.
Yeah, when I made my official visit, we never really talked about it. So, yeah, he's going to be my teammate, and I can't wait. I mean, great hockey players I'm going to be playing with, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Congratulations on a fantastic high school career. We can't wait to see you play for the Maroon and Gold. Thanks for joining us. You've had a great 4 years here. Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you very much. It's been great. Thanks to UPN 9 for doing such a good job. Red Wing, you kind of put us on the map, you know. So this has been awesome. Thanks a lot.
Johnny Pohl joins us, the Red Wing senior. We congratulate the Wingers on a fantastic run. Third place at state this year in the 97 champions. That concludes the Northland Ford Intermission Report. We're back with more at the start of the third period between Eveleth-Gilbert and Hermantown.
The Northland Ford Intermission Reports, brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
Meet Bob and Jim of 5 Day Furniture, 90th and Penn. Their furniture comes in all styles, but their prices only come in low. Bob finds the most amazing closeouts while Jim demonstrates each piece. Famous brand names marked down to move out the door and make room for more. New truckloads arrive all the time, so you're always in for surprise bargains at 5 Day Furniture. The lowest furniture prices in town, period. 5 Day Furniture, open Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 6.
March is a month for winning with the Minnesota State High School tournaments, and you can be a winner too in the First Bank March Tournament Sweepstakes. Just stop in any branch and ask about the special offer on First Bank checking, the simpler, faster way to bank. While you're there, register to win a $1,000 travel certificate. You could be one of 4 winners announced March 21st during UPN 9's live coverage of the Boys Basketball Championship games. Stop by your local branch to register and be a winner when you ask about the special offer on First Bank checking, the simpler, faster way to bank.
It's about time and finding faster ways to take new ideas from drawing board to reality. It's about the search for methods to make machinery last longer or make a long drive seem shorter. It's about making time to look beyond the obvious. And most of all, about taking time to listen. All things change through time. Cars, trucks, and a company.
Twice the laughs on Home Improvement, weeknights at 6 a.m., 6:30 on UPN 9.
Well, we're coming down to crunch time in the Class A championship game. Boys high school hockey in the state of Minnesota. Eveleth-Gilbert with a 2-goal second period to erase a 1-0 lead. They've grabbed the lead 2-1, and the third period ought to be awfully tight. The Bears scored early in that period. Let's go back and take a look at some of the action on they tie the game on a rocket shot.
Well, you watch this shot, first of all, Frank. If you hang back just a little bit, and that's what Steve Denny does, the puck squirts out to him. He comes in, moves to that center ice area, and just lets that shot go. A big goal for them because it was early in the period, tied up at 1 apiece, and that gave them some new life.
Steve Denny getting his 20th of the season. That was at 2:05, and then a little over 9 minutes later, another pretty darn good shot here.
Well, you see Hermantown trying to move the puck out, but that little play by Andy Sacchetti knocks it just over to Jeff Delinsik, who was able to get the puck, and he just fires one too. The senior left winger scores his 15th goal of the season.
Shots in favor of Eveleth-Gilbert, 8-6 for the second period, and 13-12 for our 2-period total. And I would assume just about everybody in the building would agree with Bruce Plant, and perhaps except the Eveleth fans, that if Hermantown's going to do anything, got to get those feet moving more than anything.
You do. I don't care what team you're with. If you're not skating, if you're standing still trying to make passes and stick handle and shoot, you're not going to compete very long. You've got to move your skates. That's the number one thing. And once you do that, then you get the position to make those goals happen.
On the other side of the coin, Eveleth really hasn't lit the place up yet, though. They seem to be more patient here.
They have been, Frank. We thought we'd see more emotion with them coming out. We did not see that in the first period. Second period, once they got the goal, they started to lift it up a little bit. But right now, both these teams realize, hey, guys, we're down to what could be our final 15 minutes of the year. And for some of these players, it's their final 15 minutes of hockey as a high school player. So there's a lot riding on right here. The players should be able to get themselves in a position where they are up for this game. They shouldn't need the coaches or anybody else or the crowd to get them into it. This is the times they're going to remember, and they want to go out with a bang.
Well, and our thanks, too, to Johnny Pohl for those kind words about UPN 9 between periods. I don't really think we put Red Wing on the map, but we certainly have enjoyed the excitement of the folks coming out of there. And likewise, the crowds today from Eveleth and also from Hermantown. Last period of regulation play in this building in Class A play.
And there's a look at a pretty good coach right now, also in the likes of Bruce Plant, whose son Derek plays in the National Hockey League. And Derek Plant had a pretty good career up at UMD.
Yes, had a great career playing his high school days at Cloquet, too. All righty, we're ready. I think I could ask for nothing more than have a one-goal game going into the third period of a championship battle. And that's exactly where we are. And they line up for the draw. That's Sacchetti against Francisco. And from center ice, puck is shot in the zone by Dan Heitzman. Now Whitwer has a little trouble with behind his own net. It's cleared up on the near side, not out. A shot by Studier was blocked, and it's back out at center ice. And Heitzman plays it to the line. Whitwer with the interception. Whitmer tried to sidestep the check, but lost the puck. Andrews plays it ahead. And then it's dumped in by Andrews, and Samardzija makes the save.
Oh, boy.
And a giveaway up the middle here. And the Golden Bears were able to regain control. And Francisco plays it in again. Heitzman fires it out at center. Too far for Jeff Dolinsek to reach, and it's an icing infraction against the Golden Bears. We've played only 45 seconds here of the third period, and the faceoff will be deep in their own end.
Frank, when you have that puck in your own zone, especially when you are on the lead right now, which the Golden Bears are, you watch the Sacchetti here, the puck. You can't get cute coming into this area. That little flip, all of a sudden, he's taken out of the play. Could have been a penalty call against him right there also, but there was none. But you've got to make certain when you have it, get it out over that blue line, off the wall, whatever you have to do. But you can't give it away like that.
Now at the blue line, play broken up again. Here's Corpy to carry it ahead. Corpy to the Hermantown line, throws it up to the far side, and a chance for Casalter is stopped by Opal, and he holds on.
Well, you saw Casalter taking that shot, coming in there, taking the pass on Corpy, and all of a sudden the shot comes from that right wing position, and being a left-hand shot right here as he comes in, you watch it drop the puck here, moves in on the far side, takes the quick snapshot, and look at the Hermantown goaltender, Chris Opal, looking in behind him thinking, do I have it or do I not have it? But he did have it.
At center ice, the play broken up by B.J. Knapp. Now taken away by Casey Rice, and he drives it in. Opal leaves it behind the net. The pass by Andy Lane doesn't connect on the far side. Now it's too far for Stokey. There will be no icing here, however. Casey Rice leads it to center. Here's Phil Perpich trying to feed it in over the line, actually force it in over the line, and it wouldn't go. Whitwer out to center. Brought in by McGovern. Hard wrist shot headed for the corner of the rink, and it's gloved by Samardzija. He took a bump and went down. I thought he was trying to draw a whistle. He's back up okay. On the Dodge scoreboard, it's Eveleth-Gilbert 2, Hermantown 1.
You got to kick a little and cause a stir. Sometimes you got to make some noise to be heard. If anybody ever tries to hold you back.
Hey, the Chevy S10 is a rugged partner for the way you live, and this special offer is just kicked in. Just $169 a month. Pay only $169 and drive home a Vortec-powered Chevy S10.
You got to kick a little.
Your Chevy S10's ready. Just $169 a month. See your Chevrolet dealer today.
Welcome back to River Center, downtown St. Paul, in a championship game of Class A boys hockey competition. Jeff Skur in for the faceoff for Hermantown, and the opposite center, Tony Dolinsek. Played ahead by Bradley, intercepted by Dolinsek. This is Perpich reaching for it and shooting it in. And now the Bears come up with the puck back behind the net. This is Dolinsek centering it. And now the Hawks get control. A long left side pass skips through everybody. Heitzman plays it back at center, then it's dumped right back in. And Samardzija has to leave it. Samardzija has to leave it aside. Whitwer forcing the play, couldn't keep it in, and it's flipped back out by Perpich. A long shot from center ice was offside, so it will not be an official shot on goal.
You saw Heitzman a few moments ago, Frank, who had good possession of the puck inside the line. He was taking no chances. On the backhand, he could not see who was behind him. He just very carefully made certain that when he shot that puck back out, it was over that blue line, and to force the Hermantown Hawks to have to regroup, come back in.
Minor penalties against Malvik for Hermantown and Denny for Eveleth, called at 14:57 of the second period, have expired, and both players are out of the boxes. So we have a full complement of players on the benches as well as on the ice. A shot pushed here by Troutwine into the corner. Out to center ice, Nick Dolans. Chased outside, he backhands one right into Heitzman, and Heitzman puts it over the glass and up out of play.
Here's a look at one of the key players for Hermantown right now, and that's Pat Andrews, who has had a very solid tournament for this hockey club. I haven't noticed him quite as much in this game as other games that we've watched him play. His dad passed away a couple of years ago, and it was one of the guys really instrumental in their new arena up there, coached in the programs, and one of the guys who spent a lot of time in developing that entire program. And this is some of the fruits of his labor that we've come to see.
These are some of the guys he coached. Pat Andrews, senior. From center, a long shot taken by Sacchetti goes wide of the target. It's whipped in front of the net and taken away by the Hawks. Long left side pass got away from Andrews. It'll be icing. I asked some of the Hermantown folks to tell me who's your rink rat, and they said, oh, it's Andrews. In fact, he works with some of the younger kids on the rinks on Saturday mornings.
Well, it's interesting when you go to those schools, when you talk about players who play at Eveleth or Hermantown or Roseau and so on, the kids at the rink rats in those small communities, they don't get the chance in the bigger communities really to be a rink rat.
Right.
Because of the amount of things that take place in those arenas, and just because they don't have the ability to give these kids a lot of ice time. We used to do it all the time. We'd go out there and we'd play boot hockey on the ice, or sometimes we put one skate on and have a boot on the other one and play with a tennis ball. And we just did all kinds of things, but we were always on the ice, and you're learning how to use your hands and stick handle and shoot, and there's so many different things that you can learn just by hanging around an arena.
Did you go faster when you had the one boot and the one skate?
I did, yes.
A scramble at the side of the net, and it's cleared out of the zone.
There were spikes in the boot, so you really get good footing. Oh, but it was fun. Those are some of the best times that I can remember in my life in doing that type of thing.
I never thought of that. Maybe I'd have been a better skater if I'd practiced that way a little bit. Here's Whitwer back to get it. Every other month I'd work on a different skate.
Yeah, but
switch the boot to.
Yeah, but you can't be wearing those white skates at that age. You know, little picks in the front.
Yeah, I know. Little bells on the tassel too, right? Thanks, Tom. Jesse Stokey with the last. Actually, that was Dan Heitzman, the defenseman, with the last rush. As things are heating up here just a little bit, not quite to the temperature that we thought they were going to be at. But here's Casey Rice in his own end to shoot it around. And Nick Leone gets it out at center. Two-man rush for the Golden Bears. And that one is shut down by Malvitz. And boy, does he rough up the player Dolinsek. Back to center ice. Here comes Skur. A shot comes dribbling in. And Samardzin holds on as we get another whistle. All right, well, the temperature continues to rise here in a 2-1 game on our Dodge scoreboard.
Here, we believe there's always room for improvement in how we work, in how we play, in how we communicate. The U.S. West Phone Improvement Sale, now until April 3rd, with special discounts and everything you need to improve your connections at home and at work. Here, a sale is more than a chance to save. It's a way to make life better. The U.S. West Phone Improvement Sale. Life's better here. U.S. West.
You're going to see Jeff Skur coming in here for the Hawks, coming in, taking this shot right here. Watts coming in from the left side all of a sudden, too. Here comes number 9, John McGovern, trying to get to that puck. The puck actually came underneath the goaltender, and Pete Samardzin wasn't quite sure what it was, but pressure being put on here by the Hermantown Hawks, trying to tie up this game at 2.
Crowd of over 7,600 on hand here for the championship game, and Samardzin right there as he has to slam the door on Big John McGovern again. Starting to make some noise now to get the boys fired up.
Boy, this guy's got some size also, Frank.
Yeah.
We look at these youngsters, 6'2", very skilled, got a pretty good size at 175 pounds at this age.
They turn and shoot, and Samardzin has to make the save again. And now this line for Hermantown putting a lot of pressure on. And there, that last body blast was thrown by McGovern again. They nurse it ahead to McGovern. He takes a hard belt, but survives the crash. It's 2-on-1. Centered. Heitman broke it up. McGovern walking in and overskates the puck, but we have a man in the crease.
Well, we've got some words being exchanged right now, and one of the guys I just talked about, John McGovern, is one of those guys. But that face-off is going to come outside, I believe, and we are going to have some penalties that is going to take place. That's referee John Elvey making the call. Player from each side will go to the penalty box. It's going to be Dan Heitzman, who is, they say he's really the catalyst on this team, and great on the power play, penalty killing situations on the ice, a great deal. You watch right here, trying to put it between the defenseman's legs. Just keep moving in with the puck. Sure, coming in there. He is knocked down. Puck goes back out in front, and right here you can see McGovern come in. He can't control it either, and so just those little things make all the difference in the world.
And the two top lines are out there, the Sacchetti line against the Francisco line. Eveleth-Gilbert has a 2-1 lead. 10 minutes to go in regulation of the championship game, boys Class A hockey. Sacchetti with the takeaway at the blue line. In the slot, runs into a check. Puck is loose. And Opel makes the save on the shallow angle backhander. Covers up on a pretty routine opportunity.
Yeah, it really was there. He was just going down to make certain that he had the glove over top of that puck right now. Watch right here in your own zone. You've got to get it out of the zone. We talk about time and time again. The angle has to be right. All of a sudden, Sacchetti comes up with the puck. Little backhand. It comes back in front. Wasn't a hard shot. But you're looking to get it in there, hoping that maybe one of your teammates can pick it up and get a replay or get a rebound with that.
Hawks breaking quickly. Andrews trying to center. Nice defensive play there to break it up. He was watched by the defense. Here's Andrews again going right in after it. And he'll have to get back up on his skates in a hurry as the Bears work it to center ice. Sacchetti runs into a stiff hip check. Might be shaken up. He is down on the ice, and the play is called. It looked like to me like he took a hip check, but he is favoring that left arm or shoulder. Dodge scoreboard will take a break in a 2-1 game.
It's the Great Jeep event, and great deals on your favorite Jeep vehicles are showing up wherever you look. Like a low $259 a month lease on the legendary 190 horsepower Cherokee Sport. And get air conditioning, power windows and locks, and remote keyless entry at no extra charge. The landscape will never be the same during the Great Jeep event, brought to you by the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Well, Sacchetti is going to take a terrific hit right here. You have the puck, and whenever you start to come back into the center ice area, you open yourself up to be hit. And I believe, I'm not sure, Frank, but that may have been J.R. Bradley, number 6, coming in across there. But I tell you, he's got some size, but I'm not sure if it's his wrist that is bothering him or what it is, but he's on the bench right now, and that's a good sign. We don't know how good it's going to be or whether he'll go to the dressing room, but he's getting some medical attention as you look at him right now, and you can tell by the grimace that there is still some pain there.
Well, I wonder if his hand, he didn't have that stick grip so hard that maybe it got twisted around with the stick. But in either case, it could be a very key injury. The hit certainly was clean. Bears bring it in. And then it's played up on the far side to center ice for Damer. He goes cross rink. That misfires. It's loose at the Hawk line. And played by Bradley. And then Studier gets it ahead. Hawley breaking in. And now to the outside. Whitwer, the defenseman, plays it behind the net. Oh, Bradley didn't handle that one very well. And he'll have to come back for it again with Hawley all over him. Bradley's pass hits a body, comes right back to Hawley. And he is muscled off the puck by Whitwer, who really comes back to help out Bradley on that second miscue on this shift. Hawley back behind the net, centers it in a crowd. And in the scrap, it's pushed ahead by Allen. And Jason Allen just barely gets it out of the zone. And there are a lot of hits now going on away from the puck. 8 minutes left in regulation time, and the Bears changing on the fly. For whatever reason, want to ice it here. Are they going to give it to him? They do. As it looked to me like Malvik just held up enough at center ice to let the puck get by him without making it look too obvious. So the face-off back in Eveleth-Gilbert territory.
Well, you saw Hermantown giving him the puck in his own zone. When you cut in front of your own net, you're asking for problems. You can see Bradley there trying to move the puck out. All of a sudden, he gives the puck right back up, and that's number 23, Kyle Hawley, who's trying to move into it. He was just a little bit slow in getting in position to take that shot away, and finally, the defender able to knock it away from him.
Neither team really seems to be able to take control of the situations here. We'll have puck cleared all the way down the rink. No icing. 7.5 minutes to go in regulation now from behind the net. Dolensek centers it. And a very dangerous play. Whitworth clears it, gets it out at center ice, just past the reach of Rice. Rice in after the puck, and he's chased there by Stokey. And it's played right back around by Corpy. But grabbed at center ice by Hermantown's Barron. And a long blast from center ice by Corrin wide of the target. Jesse Carlson has it. Carlson to center, hangs on to the puck. He's in a crowd. His teammates are changing, and Hermantown comes back the other way. Andrews takes a hip check, and he was knocked off the puck by Casey Rice. A very nice play.
It really was. It took him right out of the play.
Now the lead pass again to Francisco. Francisco centers it. A shot by Andrews, and a goal. This game is tied at 2.
Well, Andrews is the guy who was taken out of the play earlier, but he comes right back in to score that goal. Francisco makes a perfect pass across right onto the stick. Francisco with 2 points in this hockey game, scoring the first goal of the game for Hermantown to give them the 1-0 lead, and then assisting on this play right here. Nice little play coming back up ice, right on the stick of Francisco. Moves in, watch to the left right now. And all of a sudden, Andrews just escapes everyone else, and he's able to move in there, take that pass, and just put it right in. But a lot of credit also to Andy Lane, the senior defenseman, who got the puck moved up initially to Francisco, and then he just makes no mistake about it. And this guy bears down and puts it home.
He went to the bench after scoring his first tournament goal and 15th of the season, and faced all of his teammates and kept pointing to himself. I assume he was saying, if I can do it, you can do it. Now let's all kick it up a notch. Andrews goes after the puck in the corner. First man to it, however, is Sacchetti, who is back on the ice for his first shift after getting twisted around. Here's a centering pass, Dolens, and the puck is underneath Heitzman, but play goes on. He got rid of it in a hurry. I'm sure he was afraid of taking a penalty there. And Heitzman plays it around again. 6 minutes left. Oh, right in front. Andrews banging away. And the goaltender, Samardzija, got in the way of that one. The Bears, in a little frustration, flip it to center to get it out of the zone. And now Bradley patiently waits at center, dumps it in, and then he was checked by Jeff Dolensek. Out at center ice. Puck forced deep in over the line. And Bradley back to get it. Now it's whipped by Stokey to center. It's a two-man rush, a long shot. Samardzija makes the save on the hard shot by Chris Barron. Well, the goal has given Hermantown a lift. It's still a 2-2 game, and only 5.5 to go in regulation on the Dodge scoreboard.
93X. Minnesota's pure rock. If it rocks, it's 93X.
Chris Barron's coming down that right side right here. You'll see him as he picks up the puck. Starts to move to the center ice position. There's the shot, and look at the save here coming on the part of Samardzija, and he's able to hang on to it. But we got players going into the net. Right now, Hermantown is taking control. This game is tied up at 2 apiece with 5:34 to go. And the Golden Bears from Eveleth-Gilbert having a problem getting out of their own zone.
Both teams have their second lines out there. Chris Barron's line for Hermantown, and Kyle Hawley with Steve Denny and Nick Leone out there for the Golden Bears. A pass to the line, hopped off the stick of Denny. He'll track it down. He's rubbed into the corner by Malvik. And now trying to work the puck in front. Malvik came back with a blast on Hawley. And now the Hawks gain control and work it to center. This is Corrin slipping it in. And in on the forecheck, a pretty good forecheck. Chris Barron, who just scored the tying goal, or actually who had the last opportunity. Now up on the far side, The Bears work it in. Leone behind the net, back to the blue line. Here's a shot by Studier. It comes right back to him. The block on the play was by McGovern. Puck shot around by Knapp, not out of the zone. Kept in by Corpy. Long shot. Hits traffic. It's cleared, not out. A rebound to go. Might have been Hawley in the slot who got that rebound after the puck hit a body in front. But Eveleth has jumped right back in the lead.
Craig, it may have been Corpy in there also. He was the tallest guy on the ice that I could see. 6'4". It looked like a backhand shot taking place. We'll have to wait for the official scorekeeper to give us the information we got, but nonetheless, the Golden Bears have battled back here. They got skating here in the last 30 seconds or so, starting to put the pressure on finally in that Hermantown zone. And they're going to give it Nick Leone, number 14. Well, when I say tall, he's 5'8". So I just, we watch right here. You see the shot coming from the point position. It's blocked at this before it gets to the goaltender, and everyone's starting to come in. And all of a sudden, there's the high shot. Yep, there's the backhand. Good play.
Definitely Leone on the goal, and even the officials on the ice talked a while before they handed that one out. Nick Leone, with his first point of the tournament, gets the go-ahead goal with 4.5 minutes left in regulation.
Well, this has been quite a game between these two teams. They both played about the same, back and forth. And now in the last period and a half or so, we've seen each team control for a few seconds. Hermantown dominated here earlier in this period, but now all of a sudden, you've got the Golden Bears coming. When they get the chance, they're able to put it in.
Well, I told you the officials were a little confused on it. They're giving it to Hawley, but clearly to our replay, it was Leone. Well, it's on the board. We'll settle the scoring later. In the slot, the loose puck is knocked away, and it's played by Heitzman out to center. Hawley brings it in. Into the slot, he takes a check, and Opel covers up, and he holds on, and he gets a whistle. Told you the officials down on the ice had quite a conversation before they came over to the scorer's table. But it looked pretty clear to us to be Nick Leone.
Yeah, unless somebody else was in front of that net that I did not pick up on. But maybe we'll get a chance to look at it once again. This has given some new life now, right now, obviously, to the Golden Bears. They are putting some pressure on. 4:05 to go. Here it is, the play right here. Oh, did it hit the handle of the stick right there? It may have.
Nah.
See.
Back and forth, nah.
Well, that's who they're going to give it to anyway. They're going to give it to number 23, Kyle Hawley. You can see Hawley standing in front there, and there's a little backhand. Really, it may have just grazed that stick enough to change the direction too. And then when the officials go over, they ask the players who got it. He may have said he touched it. Of course, I've seen players in the pros who used to get points that weren't even on the ice.
Folks, we're sorry, but this injured player is totally out of our point of view, and we didn't mean to be making light with an injured player on the ice. Didn't know there was an injury. While they tend to, apparently this is the hit.
Oh, there's 3 players in behind. This is well after he can.
Oh my goodness, he got speared.
Who did that? Is that?
Oh, I couldn't tell who did it, but the player who was shaken up is Jeff Dolinsek. And at this point, I don't see a penalty on that.
No, neither do I. This is the part where the officials
that's awful.
Yeah, it is. There's no excuse for something like that.
Well, this is credit to our camera operators and to our tape people for catching that. All right, now that he is up on his own power, I'm sure that's going to sting for a while. We'll take a break. We're told now, well, we'll double check to make sure on who it may have been, but we'll take a look at the Dodge scoreboard and be right back.
The Auto Show at the Minneapolis Convention Center.
Did it? I think it is 12.
All right, let's take a look at it again. We think it might have been Nick Dolitz. If you look in the lower right corner of your screen, you can see the left arm of the Hermantown player wearing number 12. And there is the spear, the blade.
And the other thing is had an A on the sweater also, Frank,
Right.
so it was one of the captains. But there's no place in this sport for stuff like that.
Absolutely
Especially
not.
after the whistle. And not, whether it's during play or after play, does not matter.
Well, they got away with a major one there, because that easily could have been a major penalty. And there's only 4 minutes left in regulation. Eveleth has control and the lead. And they jam it up on the near rail. And a face-off will be coming up again.
Well, right now, Eveleth, what they want to do is they want to control. They want to still play with some aggression here, but they don't want to have 3 guys going into that zone to force everything. They need someone back to help out defensively. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just have one forechecker go in, have the 2 wingers coming back to pick up the wings and allow the defenseman to stand up to approach the puck carrier. On the other hand, you've got Hermantown that really needs to press here a little right now. They need that goal. There's plenty of time.
And from the face-off, the puck comes back in the corner. And they'll jam away at it again. Cleared, but not out of the zone. And now finally brought ahead by the Hawks. Here comes Andrews. Hard shot. Wide of the target. Flipped to center ice and intercepted by Whitworth. Gets it to Francisco. All the Bears are back defending, and he still gets the shot off, but it hits the side of the net. Puck got away from Dolans, and now back behind the net. Studier tries to play it ahead, and it's lofted by Sacchetti out of the zone. Sacchetti continues to battle on the near side, gets it in over the line, and takes a check on the play from Andrews. And here's Whitworth.
Well, it's good to see Sacchetti back on the ice after that injury. It appears that he is all right.
Up on the far side, it's whipped to Andrews at center in the middle of a line change. He'll come to the blue line and dump it in and then go off on a change himself. Less than 3 minutes in regulation.
Oh,
the Bears
boy.
go cross rink, and it's easily picked off by Corin, dancing in, trying to go to his backhand. He spun around and put down. Now the loose puck in the slot and a diving play, and it's underneath Denny. He clears it out of the zone, and it's offside at the blue line. Well, this has been a very rough, a very physical game. And there's been a lot that has gone uncalled.
You see
This
Steve
one, I don't
Denny.
think so.
No, you see Steve Denny. He got the puck here. He should have gone right to the corner with it. He tried to be cute. He doesn't need more goals. He put it right up in the center ice area. He's the one who comes back here. Was almost called for the hook there as he pulled down Andy Corin. And then he's also the guy who was involved in getting that puck finally out of the zone. But you've got to play smart here. When you get the puck, make the easy play. The easy play there would be go into the corner. You don't need more goals. You're trying to kill off the clock as best you can.
The last Eveleth's shot by Studier was high. Now breaking free at center. It's brought in by Barron, and his shot was deflected. And the Bears get the puck right away. So Hermantown not able to get any sustained pressure. It's brought in by Denny. His shot's blocked. A rebound. Big save by Opal. I think that second shot came from Kyle Hawley, who was coming up the middle. Exactly 2 minutes on the clock.
And Steve Denny was going for the net too as that shot was being taken, and B.J. Knapp was able to get over to him to take him out of the play, allowing the goaltender to hang on to that puck without any interference coming from this youngster. Here's the play initially coming in, the little move off to the right. Little snapshot here was blocked by the defenseman. You see how the defenseman Knapp stays right with him? Making sure he can't get to it. Just push him off to the side.
Two schools have traded goals here in the third. And Eveleth-Gilbert has a 3-2 lead. Under 2 minutes in regulation. Heitzman from center launching it back in. Whitworth first man of the puck. Now he cleared it ahead. Inadvertently, he's going to ice it here. And they'll be back in Hermantown territory with 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
A little surprise on that last play. Eveleth-Gilbert had 3 guys going in there and a little bit deep, and you need somebody back there, whether it's 1 guy or 2 guys, to assist in those defensemen to help out in case there's a breakout.
Well, right now the go-ahead goal officially going to Kyle Hawley. And the Hermantown Hawks now have taken a timeout. Although it looked on our replay like it was clearly off the stick of Leone, we think.
Well, Bruce Plant needs a goal. His team has got to come in here. Here's a look at the Golden Bears coach, Craig Homela, who knows full well that, guys, we're in a position right now that we have that 1-goal lead. We can't get stupid with it on the ice right now. We want to control the puck as best we can. Get to the red line, dump it in the corner. Don't give it to the defenseman or to the goaltender. Get it into that corner and make the changes quickly if you're going to make them, but also make them smart. Don't be coming off the ice unless you know where that puck is. Don't put your team at a disadvantage by changing when the puck is coming back down the ice.
Quick summary on this game for you. In the first period, John Francisco gave Hermantown a lead 3 minutes into the game. 2 minutes into the second period, Steve Denny answered and tied it for Eveleth-Gilbert. And then Jeff Dolinsek scored at 11:20 to give the Golden Bears a 2-1 lead. In the third period, Pat Andrews scored for the Hawks at 8:18 to tie the game again at 2. And then the go-ahead goal scored at 10:28 officially to Kyle Hawley. There we are, 3-2.
Well,
a little bit of nervousness.
Yep, it sure is right now. Apprehension on both sides.
Sacchetti in for the face-off. He'll be on the right of your screen, and to the left will be coming John Francisco. And Francisco wins the face-off. Bradley behind the net. 95 seconds to go. Bradley gets it as far as center. It's off a stick. It's tipped in. And Samardzija has to sweep it away from Francisco. Heitzman couldn't control it, and the Bears lob it out of the zone. That's all they need to do right now.
Boy, that was a nice little play by Jeff Dolinsek, who got the puck and just flipped up nice and high.
And it comes right back to him in the slot, but took one more hop he couldn't control. Bradley picks up the loose puck. Bradley tried to go left wing. That's broken up by Heitzman. He comes racing back ahead. Heitzman shooting it into the zone. Another good play. He chewed up some time, came to the blue line, and got it in without going offside. Now a minute to go in regulation. Championship game coming down to the final 60 seconds with Eveleth-Gilbert holding a 1-0 lead. Now the pass ahead to Francisco. They get it to Dolitz. They're pulling their goaltender. But the play is offside at the blue line.
Oh, boy, that's what you call disciplined hockey. You've got to stay on side. You can't afford to go over the line, even though you think you're going to get the puck or what that puck carrier is going to do. You've got to be certain that one little step backwards can take away a lot of the anxiety as Hermantown was trying to move back up in that ice. Now we're going to have a goaltending change here, I think, to get a little bit of extra time for Bruce Plant's team.
Or do we just have an official timeout?
I thought we were going to, well, maybe we did it, but I thought they were going to do a goaltending change here to see if they can buy a little extra time.
Well, the last tournament appearance for the Golden Bears was in 1993 when they won the then Tier 2 championship in an overtime game against Lake of the Woods. Hermantown's one and only previous visit was in 1994, and they finished out the tournament in the consolation bracket of the Class A tournament.
You watch the coaches talking there, assistant coach Bob Pizzelli doing all the talking, and Craig Holman just pointing with his thumb, just saying, get it out, get it out.
Let's not.
All the strategy comes together. Yeah,
don't complicate this game, huh? We have enough to win right now. Let's not let them score. All right.
Well, Hermantown goaltender Chris Opal's back about 40 feet from that net right now. I want to see if they're going to call a timeout here. They're going to wait and see where that who wins the draw.
Again, the Francisco line out against the Sacchetti line. 44.5 seconds, and from the faceoff, it's shot in and shot out, and then dumped right back in by Malvik. And the goaltender Opal heads to the bench. They've got an extra skater. Puck kept in by Dolitz. The extra skater is Chris Barron. Now Heitzman drives it around. It takes a Eveleth-Gilbert bounce, but they can't get it out of the zone. Then they finally do. Now Barron gets it back in, lost control of it. It's shot ahead. There's an open net at the other end for Dolitz, and he scores. That should put it away for the Golden Bears. An empty net goal with 16.2 seconds left in regulation time of the championship game. mobbed, and he finally gets up.
Well, he didn't make no mistake about it there, Frank. He had a couple real good shifts here towards the end of this period. He made certain that he was going to get that puck, and it was going to go into that. But what a way for a senior to end his career. Right here you watch as the Hawks are trying to get the puck back in, but they have to hesitate just momentarily. The puck actually came off Kenny's skate initially. The pass was made up, and he's all by himself as the senior winger comes in here. Jeff Dolensek getting the goal. Number 21. The assist will go to Dan Heitzman, who had a terrific game, and the other to Steve May, who was a gritty performer.
Here's 15 seconds left. And there's a look at the game, the goal that puts it away. Now we're down to 7. And the Golden Bears and their fans are in ecstasy again as Eveleth. And now the combined program of Eveleth-Gilbert has accounted for 7 state championships. I have a feeling Craig Homelett is trying to keep from smiling, but he can't.
I think he's chained to the bench there, so he can't get over that. But he's letting his players enjoy this moment right now, and rightfully so.
5 times champions in when there was a single class. The Golden Bears have been. They were champions, as we told you, in Tier 2 in 1993. And now come up with another championship in the 1998 Class A Boys High School Final game.
Well, Hermantown came in here, and no one knew a lot about them, but I'll tell you, they've got a pretty good hockey club. They've got some good size. They're well coached, and these guys were a senior-laden team, 13 seniors on this club. Eveleth-Gilbert with just 6. But these seniors on both sides will remember this for a long, long time. And there's a lot of heartbreak when you don't win the championship. But to get to this point, through a very tough, grinding season for all these players is certainly admirable. And we congratulate players on both sides of that red line.
Well, indeed, a terrific tournament for both of them. And the route for Eveleth-Gilbert in this week of play started with a shutout victory, 1-0 over Matamidi. Yesterday they beat St. Louis Park 4-1. And now a 4-2 victory over Hermantown. And Nick Dolans among the most dejected, and tears on the other side by the goaltender Samardzija. So the handshake continues, and it will be heartfelt. Played 2 games this year, and Hermantown won earlier this year up in Eveleth by a 3-2 score. That was a tight game. And now a very close game here, 2 goals, but it included an empty netter. And the other team wins. Eveleth-Gilbert with the victory.
Well, this was a hard-fought contest all the way, Frank. You look at the final score, 4-2. Shots on the board. Hermantown outshot Eveleth-Gilbert by 20-19. So very, very close game all the way through. The open net goal was just the kind of the icing on the cake.
Well, now he lets loose with a war hoop there. His emotions have been pent up for quite a while, and he finally lets loose. That being Pete Samardzija.
And that's what they battled for. State A champion. And that's what these players have worked so long and so hard to get to, and to come to this level. And you can bet there could be some celebration. Both these teams will head home tomorrow. Stay the night, get a chance perhaps to watch the game.